Imagine a cool Parisian morning, the gentle hum of traffic drifting through open hospital windows, and Marc-André Stegen lying on a crisp white bed after a delicate back operation. He feels the faint ache in his spine, a reminder of yesterday's surgery, but there's a fire burning in his chest. Across the miles at Camp Nou, whispers have already begun. Barcelona needs his medical report, and they need it now. Why? Because a single piece of paper could reshape the club's finances and test the limits of loyalty. Will ter Stegen give in, or will he hold his ground, forging a new battleground far from the pitch? La Liga's medical commission sits like an unseen referee, demanding transparency. For them, ter Stegen's signed consent is the key to marking him as a long-term injury case, which frees up precious salary space. That slot, they argue, would allow Barça to register rising talent Joan Garcia. Can you hear the rustle of paperwork, the scratch of pens poised to record 4 or more months on the sidelines? Yet, ter Stegen, ever the veteran tactician, refuses to pass the ball. He won't sign. Barca's response crackles through the grapevine. Disciplinary action looms. Will this spark a feud worthy of its own highlight reel? According to Sport, ter Stegen's resolve is rock solid. He believes firmly in his legal right to withhold medical details from a governing body he sees as overreaching. Based on past recoveries, he's convinced he'll be back in goal long before the 4-month mark. The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the sting of rain on his gloves, all of it calls to him well before winter. Signing the report, he reasons, would mean sacrificing his wages until January's window opens. Is it worth it? He thinks not, and his silence is deafening. Could this quiet defiance echo louder than any save he's ever made? Pause for a moment and picture the numbers. Salaries shifting like pieces on a chessboard, funds released or frozen, careers hanging in the balance. If ter Stegen signs, he hands over his paycheck until next January, half a season without reward. For him, that doesn't add up. He feels the injustice in every fibre of his being, like a goalpost shifted at the last second. Meanwhile, Barça chants echo with the names of new signings and contract renewals inked before his injury. Shouldn't the club have anticipated this? Shouldn't their strategy extend beyond one man's absence? The plot thickens. How will the board respond when their veteran goalkeeper calls their bluff? Walk through the Camp Nou corridors in your mind. Walls lined with trophies, corridors humming with the chatter of deals closed long ago. Before ter Stegen's operation, Barça had been busy securing futures, negotiating extensions and eyeing fresh talent. So why, he wonders, is this situation now the linchpin for registering Joan Garcia? The echoes of past handshake deals still linger. The ink is dry. Should the club really lean on his injury to solve a registration puzzle, or is this a sign that broader plans have frayed at the edges? The stage is set for a showdown that stretches beyond the grass. For over a decade, Marc-André has been more than a goalkeeper. He's been a guardian of dreams, a rock between the posts, and at times, a silent leader. His pride swells when he thinks of the titles won, the fans cheering his every dive, the crest over his heart. And yet, whispers swirl that the captain's armband might be slipping from his shoulder, but when he lifts his phone, the messages from teammates arrive like warm notes. "We've got your back," they say. The public praise mingles with private texts of solidarity. In these words, he finds respect forged through years of shared battles. But can camaraderie withstand a contract dispute? Or will loyalty falter when push comes to shove? Ter Stegen's signature sits on a contract that stretches to 30 June 2028, a pact with Barca's current board. It's more than paper, it's his promise to stay, to fight for his place once he's healed. He imagines the roar of the crowd again, the satisfying thud of a ball in his gloves, the pride of pulling on that blue and garnet jersey. Yet the immediate question hangs in the air. Will he ever sign that medical report? His refusal has opened a chapter of suspense. Will it be a victory for personal rights or a blemish on his Barca legacy? Only time will tell as the next whistle edges ever nearer.